hot, I'm sweaty, a bird kept me up last night, my allergies are through the roof, and there was a spider this morning. So, hi! Slow living and self-care habits can help us to find balance, feel more content and at peace, and strengthen our sense of self-worth. Today in this video, I want to share with you 5 habits that help me to stay sane and take care of my mental and emotional well-being. Welcome back everyone, and if you're new here, this is a place where you can get tips and inspiration for living a simpler, happier and calmer life. Feel free to hit subscribe down below if you haven't already, because I would love to see you again next week. The habits in today's video are just a bit different from the ones you often hear, like exercising, sleeping more, eating right, drinking water. All good things, of course, but I feel like most of us probably already know these and at least try to do our best to do them, probably sometimes with more success than other times, but that's okay. But I feel like these habits just go a bit deeper and they have more to do with mindset and the way in which I try to approach and navigate through life, just to find a bit more space to take good care of myself and practice mental hygiene. Taking my time. We all want things to go quickly so we can get to the next thing and work off our to-do list, but I found that the biggest reason that I often felt rushed and like I didn't have enough time in the day was mostly because of my relationship with time, just getting frustrated by how long things naturally take and wanting them to go quicker. And this really is the essence of slow living for me. I think slow living is not about doing everything very slowly. It's more about letting things take the time that they naturally take without rushing through them, without doing multiple things at once, and also without feeling anxious about all of the other things that we also still want to do. Let's take the simple chore of hanging up the laundry. If I do that without rushing, just letting it take its time, I can get it done in around 10 minutes. And if I rush through it, I can get it done maybe in like 7 minutes. But if you ask me, I would much rather spend those 10 minutes folding up the laundry, feeling relaxed, enjoying the fresh laundry smell, then rushing through it and getting it done in 7 minutes and then feeling all like drained and anxious. And this is a tiny mindset difference, but with huge results, because if we can just take our time and be present in the moment, we won't feel as rushed. And if we don't feel as rushed, then life won't feel as busy, and the way that we perceive time can drastically improve, because if we slow down, life slows down. Phil Dunphy was onto something when he said, "Slow is smooth and smooth is fast." Picking my battles. Some things are worth getting worked up over and others are simply not. You cannot worry about everything. So I've learned to really ask myself if something is worth it and picking my battles as mindfully as possible. For me, picking my battles means choosing which problems, issues, or arguments I get involved in and which ones I just choose to let go of. So instead of getting worked up over every little thing, fighting every problem, and engaging in every discussion, I try to save my time and energy only for the things that really matter. If you want to know if a certain battle is worth fighting or not, then here are a few questions that you can ask yourself. Is this really important, and will I still care about this a year from now? Oftentimes it can be small and silly things that can really spark our annoyance or our anxiety, but we still kind of know that these are not really important. Will my energy now prevent this from happening again in the future? If I can put my energy into having a difficult conversation with someone now, but by doing that can try to prevent it from happening again and again in the future, then this can be worth it. But if this is a one-time thing, it's a different story. Getting unreasonably worked up over everything and everything just creates more stress, and it only demands more of my precious time and energy that I would rather spend elsewhere, because everything can trigger our anxiety if we let it. And if we care about everything, then everything will be important and everything will require fixing. So choosing to only care about the really important things has helped me with this. Giving myself permission to have an off day. Last week I actually had 3 of these off days, which is quite unusual for me, and that's actually why this video isn't going to go up on my normal uploading day, because I had scheduled to write the script for this video and I really tried, but just absolutely nothing would come, and I felt incredibly blech. Off days happen to everyone. They are usually very annoying and unwelcome. but they are very normal. Those are the days where just things aren't really going right or where we just don't feel in sync. I think most of the time these off days are just kind of like mental rest days because we get busy and life requires us to spin many different plates all at once and keep them all in the air. And on top of that, we might feel pressure to exercise and have a social life and not be boring and everything else that occupies our mental space. So it is no wonder that our brain sometimes just says, nope, I need to lie low for a while. So the change I try to make is also more of a mental one, and that is really accepting these off days and giving myself permission to have them, to really take my time and to realize that this doesn't mean that I'm failing, it doesn't mean that I'm lazy, it just means that I need to recuperate for a little while. During these days, I try to have a not now mindset. So anything that is a must do, I will do, but on top of that, I won't make myself do anything more. Just not today. I try to have no expectations of myself, of how my day should go, or even that I should feel like myself again by tomorrow. This is very hard because we have this inner dialogue, or at least I do, that tells us that these off days are not good and that we should try and force things to go better and be more productive. What really helps is seeing your self-worth as a value and not as a condition. So even if you do nothing all day, just sit on the couch, you still deserve to feel good, you still deserve self-care, and you still deserve to love and accept yourself as you are. It's just a way of practicing mental hygiene, just letting go of all of that tension that has built up, and then recharging for what's to come. Of course, if you're having these off days all the time, then it could be that something else is going on, and maybe it could be a good idea to go see someone about it. Prioritizing fun. If you're anything like me, then this might sound relatable to you, but I'm the kind of person, I always have been, that is very responsible, conscientious. So in school, I always did my homework. At work, I was always on time, I always came prepared. And so I am just used to, trying very hard to do things right and have things under control and stay on top of things. The problem with this, however, is that I tend to prioritize doing things well over having fun in life. And that is a huge realization that I came to when I had my burnout. I was talking to my therapist at the time who said something like, let's see if we can get you to have a bit more fun again in your life. And I remember thinking, fun is not that important to me. I want to know when I can feel good enough to go back to work and do house chores again and feel like I can be on top of things again. And I remember hearing myself think these thoughts and feeling really shocked because I realized that I wasn't allowing myself to just have fun in life. Fun is something that could possibly come after, dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's. And that made me really sad because if we cannot just enjoy our life and have fun, then what's it all about? So I actively try to make fun a higher priority for me because there are always more chores that we could do. There's always something productive that we could do. So if we are going to wait until our to-do list is completely done to have fun, then we might forget to have fun altogether. If I go too long without a fun day or an outing or just laughing really hard, then my mental health suffers. Fun releases all the happy hormones, it counteracts sadness and stress, and it allows us the opportunity to connect with people and create memories. So if you think about it, like what's more important than enjoying our life? So I would like to invite you right now to just ask yourself, when was the last time that you had any real fun? And if you had to think about it, or if it's been too long, maybe see if you can plan something for yourself. Doing the nice thing when no one is looking. I like tea, especially green tea, sencha, matcha, kamairicha, gyokuro. I love all of them. I love making them. So every morning I make green tea for myself and my boyfriend. The funny thing is, when we make a drink or cook some food or something, there's usually one that comes out just a bit better than the other one. Like maybe there's a drop more or it just looks a bit better. Usually there's one that we want slightly more than the other one. And this habit is about giving that one to the other person. So doing a nice thing when no one sees you doing it. And this isn't about not putting our own needs first. It's more about integrity and trying to be the kind of person that you can be proud of without needing approval or recognition from others. And this is not me being like, oh, look how good of a person I am. I'm really not perfect. It's more about just trying to be the best person that I can be. Just be a slightly better person, especially during times when I feel like maybe I've been a bit too self-involved lately. Our daily actions become our habits, and our habits have a huge impact on how we feel throughout the day. So doing nice things for other people, not only does it brighten up their day, even if they don't notice you doing it, but it also makes us feel happier ourselves. So when we are alone and we are presented with a choice and we know that no one is looking, then that is a very honest moment, I think, and it's a good chance for us to choose to do the right thing or the nice thing and just feel good about that and feel proud of ourselves for making the nice choice. Now my boyfriend knows that I always try to give him the better one, so he will switch them back when I'm not looking, but that's another story. I'd like to give a big thanks to my patrons for their support, for helping me make these videos. I post 2 extra videos a month over on my Patreon, and there are already over 80 videos up that you can catch up on if you want, like my last one where I talked about our €200 minimalist wedding. Being a full-time content creator comes with quite a few costs and business expenses, and the income that I make through Patreon goes a really long way towards paying for those. So you can join for $5 a month and you can cancel anytime. It's patreon.com/simplehappyzen. I will also leave the link in the description box. Of course, I would also love to know from you which habits help you to stay sane, so please leave those in the comments and I will see you there. As always, questions, comments, conversations down below. Have a wonderful day and I will see you again next week. Bye bye. Bonus tip, when you're feeling down, just watch a sad movie and cry like a baby for some relief. Just don't watch Grave of the Fireflies. Never watch Grave of the Fireflies.